Meals of the week with a slight difference. I'll be cooking everything with the Just Essentials range from Asda. So that's going to be the base, and then I am going to add some things to the sauce just to hopefully make it taste a bit more tasty, you know. Now I'm just going to put these in a separate little pan just to get the crunch off them a little bit before I put them in with the mince, because there's going to be a lot of fat with the mince that I need to drain. Look at that. That's a lot of fat. Tip, if you can't get this off, put a knife underneath. There we go. Until you hear it pop. I'm going to put in some garlic, Worcestershire sauce, some mixed herbs, salt and a bit of soy sauce, just to give it some more flavour. I'm just going to put the garlic bread in the air fryer. And here is the spaghetti bolognese. It actually looks really nice. There's the garlic bread. It is a bit cremated, but it just weren't cooking in the middle, so I had to put it on a bit longer. Nearly forgot my cheese. I'm going to grate some cheese on, but look at that. And there it is. I'll let you know what it's like when I've eaten it. Well, that went down really well. It was nice. I think
it will bang on me, but this is what I can't wait for. This is where I'll tell you whether this challenge is worth it or not.
I know, I need
because I can tell good steak.
I need the pan to come tomorrow to do any of that. Yeah, it was really nice. I could have seasoned it a little bit more, I think, and I think it would have been a bit bland without any of the seasoning. But all in all, we both enjoyed it. David wouldn't. He just said if he hadn't known that it were all the cheap stuff, he wouldn't have. You know, it tastes no different basically. And yeah, it was nice. There were no. The mince, there were no like gristly bits or anything like that. All in all, it was very nice. So I'll meet you back here tomorrow to cook the next one. So welcome back to day 2 of the Just Essentials meals of the week. So today we're going to have the steak. It is now actually Wednesday. Yesterday, David were at football and yeah, I didn't cook anything. So we're a day behind. I'm just worried that these potatoes are not going to last the week because we're also going to my mum's on Friday, but I might take something to cook there. I don't know, we'll see. But anyway, today we're doing the steak. So I peeled some chips earlier on out of the potatoes, and then we've got the steak. Right, so I'm just going to pop the lard in the pan. I'm going to put 3 in. That's that in there. I also have a new pan, and it's meant to be non-stick. It's this one here. I got it from Amazon. It also, one second, if you're do that, comes off and then you can put it in the oven. How cool is that? And then put it back on and push that down. Yeah, and you get a free spatula with it as well. But I've never used it before and we're using it with steak for the very first time. I just hope it's okay. So I'm just going to let the chips do their thing for a little while and then I'll attempt to do this with the new pan. I hate using new equipment. Is anybody else like that? Pans just can be so different, can't they? So I've just got the pan warming up with a drizzle of olive oil in there. They're coming along nicely. These are probably done already. I'm going to turn them right down. Got them resting on some kitchen towels. I hate that sound. It reminds me of my alarm clock. Okay, I've been it. I forgot it said turn it down. Oh no. I've just checked and that is raw as anything in the middle. Shit, I can't believe I forgot to turn the heat down. And that's really fat, that one. I don't know if you can tell. Oh, bloody hell. Well, that went terribly wrong. I need to save it now because them beans are going cold. But there we go. I'll let you know how it was. I still don't know if it's cooked inside, but I can't cook it anymore. Tonight's tea. Oh dear.
Right, that will bang on. Really, really good. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe.
No, that was that steak, right? To say it was. Oh, come back or move that bin liner, please. That is blocking all that rubbish in the background. That steak, to say it was $2.99 each, were actually really nice. It's a new pan and I didn't know what I was doing, but it all actually turned out alright. I told him to come back here and now he's doing my head in.
I'm not doing anything.
You don't have to, how can you
I'm not doing anything. That steak will bang on, chips will bang on, them long green things were nice.
They were cold though. Tonight's tea, we're going to have bangers and mash. So we've got the sausages here that I'm going to pop probably in the air fryer. We'll be trying the gravy. I've got the last of these green beans in a pan and I've also peeled some potatoes. Okay, so here's the gravy. Let's give this a go. I'm a bit nervous about this. Hey, that went okay. I was just a bit worried I was going to make it all lumpy because I've never had this gravy before. You get used to a certain gravy, don't you, if you use granules. That's actually not bad. See how it tastes in a minute. We have the sausages here, the mash. I had to warm them up because they'd gone cold. Let's put it all together. There we go. I mean, I like gravy, but I've gone a bit mad there, so I hope that gravy is nice. Yeah, it looks nice. I'll let you know after I've eaten it. So this is what we're going to be using: the corned beef, gravy, an onion and some potatoes. I'm not going to show too much of me preparing it because, like I say, I'm on my phone and I don't even have it on like a tripod, so I'm having to place it. So yeah, I'll just cut that up. This has just taken me about 10 working days to get into, and I just don't know why they make tins like this anymore, and it looks like it's going wonky. I've only got so far. Oh, this is so annoying, my fingers are killing. There we go, look, as soon as I said that, it broke. Okay, I just used the tin opener on the top. It were a bit difficult, but a lot easier than using that key. There's the corned beef. So now I'm basically gonna, that's thinly sliced potato, so I'm just gonna layer it up with onions, potato, corned beef. Right, it's not the neatest, but it smells nice. And then I'm just gonna put some gravy in there, quite watered down gravy, because it will thicken up as it's cooking. So bear that in mind when you're actually pouring it over, otherwise it will go really thick. There we go. I don't know if I'll need any more, I'll keep an eye on it, but I can always make gravy up afterwards anyway. I don't know how long I've had it on for, maybe a couple of hours, an hour and a half. I know for the last maybe 15 minutes or so, I take the lid off so it just gets a little bit crispy on top. But I'm really excited to eat that. I've just tried it, absolutely delicious. I can't stay on too long right now. My phone keeps saying my storage is running out. Keep deleting things, it's not helping. So yeah, I'm gonna eat this and I'll try and sort the phone situation out. Tomorrow it's Sunday, so it'll be the full chicken dinner. I've got that defrosted now. So it's Sunday today, we're having a Asda Just Essentials Sunday dinner. I have just popped some mixed herbs and oregano on there. I'll bob that in and I'll show you what else we're having. Okay, so the chicken's in. We're gonna have that with some mixed veg, stuffing, potatoes, gravy and Yorkshire puddings. Yeah, so I'm just gonna peel some potatoes now and then this can all just go back for a little while until the chicken's nearly done. This is what the stuffing looks like. Okay, so this is the veg. It is very carrot heavy, isn't it? It's both that, well, it's got peas. I think it's got a bit of broccoli in there, some cauliflower. But it's very carrot heavy, isn't it? So this is they're only small. Hopefully they're nice though. There's the chicken. A Just Essential Sunday dinner. So we've got the potatoes, the stuffing, chicken, veg and Yorkshire pudding. I can't wait to dig into this.
Easy. Boom. Boom.
We're on the second to last day. We're on the final run. Excuse all the pop all over the floor. You can see everything, can't you, with this camera? Yeah, we're on the second to last day. So today we've got burger and chips. So there's chips that I've peeled, the potatoes, burgers, and I've just took these out the freezer, obviously because of the dates. So yeah, let's do some burger and chips. I really enjoyed the roast dinner, and that corned beef hash was delicious. I'll do a little roundup at the end of the week. Right, so these are the burgers now. I'm just showing you, so then we'll see how much they shrink, shall we? And there we go. I've got some brown sauce on the side. I didn't have many fries left, so there we go. So this is the final meal of this video, and it's fish with mushy peas. I ran out of potatoes, but it is only lunchtime. David and Blake are at football tonight, so they'll not need feeding at home, and Corbin won't eat this. So I'm just gonna have one battered fish and half of the mushy peas for my lunch. I'll let you know how it goes, so then I can give you my final thoughts and wrap the video up. Decent sized fish there. So there we go. It looks nice, it smells nice. What I'll do, I'll eat it and then I'll come back and I'll just give a rundown on the meals, which were my favourite, things that I maybe wouldn't buy again, things like that. Just in case you want to see in the fish, that's what it looks like inside. It doesn't look the best, does it? We're at the end of the week. Hello. Well, it's actually crossed over into 2 weeks because we didn't have them 7 days in a row because of being out, and we've been at my mum's and things like that. I've written some notes so I can be as precise and as quick as possible, because I'm not quite sure how long this video is going to be. I haven't edited any of it, and it's across 2 or 3 cameras, my phone, you know, it's everywhere. I'll go down every meal and I'll just say what I thought of quickly about each item in that meal. So the steak, it was actually really nice. I just messed up cooking it. I didn't turn it down to medium, the pan, and yeah, it all messed up, but it actually tastes really good. It was really tender inside, and I would get that steak again. So the potatoes as a whole, I've obviously had that throughout the video in chip form, potato form. So the chips were absolutely delicious with the lard. The lard were actually nice. And then the beans, like the Stokey beans, they were fine. Not just same as any other kind of bean that you're gonna get that's like that. For the chicken dinner, taste wise, they were no different to any other chicken that I've bought from the supermarket. The stuffing, it were a little bit like stodgy maybe, and it didn't like brown up on the top. It were quite pale and just not as flavoursome. Right, the Yorkshire puddings, they were small, they were flat, but they tasted nice. Like they were literally only tiny, but they were fine. We'll finish them off. There's still some in the freezer, so we'll definitely finish them. Yeah, I mean, would I buy them again? Probably not, because I prefer them a bit bigger, but if it were like that but bigger, then they're fine. The gravy was surprisingly alright. I'm not sure I'd get it again, because I do actually like this gravy, which is really cheap. I don't normally buy the reduced salt. I did that by accident, but yeah, I do like this gravy, and that's cheap as it is, and I do prefer the flavour of that. But honestly, that Just Essential gravy, we will finish it. We've got plenty left. The frozen veg, I wouldn't buy that again, purely because it was just carrot heavy. There were just so many carrots in there, and then the other veg were that small you couldn't taste it. It didn't feel like the carrots were of decent quality neither, so I probably wouldn't get that again, and it'll probably stay in the freezer, and then I don't think we'll probably even finish it unless we maybe put it in like a cottage pie. That's a good idea, like a cottage pie or something like that. Yeah, the potatoes as potatoes mashed and things, fine, just like any other potato that you'd buy. The mince, apart from all the fat that came from it, it were really nice. There were no problem with the mince at all. The pasta sauce, now I know I put in some flavouring into there, so I put some mustard sauce in there and some herbs, things like that, and I don't think without them in it, I don't think it'd have been very nice. I kind of just put more stuff in it. It seemed very bland, very plain. So yeah, I wouldn't get the pasta sauce again. The peppers and the onions, just like any other peppers and onions, they taste no different to the Asda ones or whatever, like the regular Asda make. Spaghetti, no different, and the garlic bread were fine, no different to any other garlic bread. The sausages were surprisingly nice. I would get them again. We've got plenty left in the freezer and we will use them up. And yeah, they were actually really nice. I were a bit sceptical about them, but we enjoyed them. The beef burgers, now they tasted a bit soggy inside. I don't know how else to describe it. They wasn't the best. I wouldn't buy them again. And the buns, the bread buns, they were too bready, if that makes sense. They were very big and they were just so much bread. I don't know, it were just too much. It was just over. Can bread be too bready? I don't know, but them buns definitely was. I wouldn't get them again. Right, corned beef were lovely. No different to any, I couldn't taste any different to any regular corned beef. That was with, yeah, the potatoes and the onions, and it were lovely. Really enjoyed that meal. The fish, I've just had the fish now. It's not the best. There was some bits of good fish in there, like, you know, like where you can see the flakes of the fish inside. There were bits of that, but then there were also just a lot of other smush in there. So yeah, some good bits, some not so good bits in the fish. I probably won't get there again. We don't really eat a lot of fish. Yeah, I think if we did, we'd probably get like one that had more fish content in it, do you know what I mean? And the mushy peas were nice. They were fine. My favourite meal was the corned beef hash. That were delicious. I don't know if it's because I don't have it very often, because I'm the only person that likes it. Well, me and Abby, but Abby's not here as much anymore. Yeah, I never cook it, otherwise I'd just be cooking it for myself and then cooking other stuff for everybody else. So I could do with just like a little Pyrex thing for me, just to maybe do corned beef hashing, because David didn't even eat it because he'd been out that night. I think he were working late. What were we doing? I can't remember. Anyway, he were out and he'd eaten. So I had half of it, and then I had half the next day for my dinner because he didn't eat it, but it was delicious. It was my favourite. And my worst was in between the burgers and the fish. Now I'm going to say the burgers were probably worse because the burger and the buns were both not very nice, whereas the fish, the mushy peas were nice, and some of the fish were nice. Yeah, probably the beef burger were my worst. So yeah, on the whole, I would buy majority of it again. And I'd definitely be interested to buy more things from that range to try it out. I understand that some of it will probably have more shit in it than other things, but you know, needs must in this day and age. So, you know, if you're on a tight budget and you need to feed your family for less, the Just Essential Asda range is a really, really good option. And with what I had, I spent about £32. I could have made, I mean, I ran out of potatoes, so if I could just go get more potatoes, I could make way more meals out of that, and for more people. I could have made, you know, the meals that I made, I could have spread out probably between 4 people. I've only said 2 because it were mainly me and David that were eating them. So yeah, for that money, it would definitely have stretched further to feed more mouths, 100%. That's it. I've really enjoyed doing this video. So if there's any other supermarkets you want me to try that have the value range, I mean, we mainly shop at Asda, but I could have a look at Tesco, or I don't know, like what other supermarkets should I try, or should I try and do a comparison to the more expensive ones next time and then compare them? I don't know. Let me know. Give me some ideas in the comments on what you'd like me to do, because I really enjoy doing these type of videos. And also, halfway through making this video, quickly before I go, I've actually changed it all up because food were kind of consuming this channel and it were kind of smothering the vlogs that I put out. I started putting out 1 vlog a week, but because it were mainly food related, most of my views come from food related videos or hauls and different things, and it was just smothering the vlogs, and the vlogs weren't getting seen, they weren't getting pushed out. So I can now, I've just changed it purely to food so I can concentrate on, you know, on doing more videos that I enjoy doing around food. So again, let me know. But I am going to start vlogging again because I love daily vlogging, I love vlogging my life. And also on one channel, I prefer daily vlogging, not weekly vlogging. So doing a weekly vlog was just difficult for me. And when you're doing food content and you've got lots of food ideas and then you're vlogging, like, there's just, it's hard on how to like put it all into one channel, where at least over 2 channels I can concentrate on my daily vlogs. Over on the other channel that I'll link in the description, it is going to be called At Home with Donetta, the same as what this channel was called before I changed it to Donetta Does Food. So yeah, I'll link it in the description. And yeah, or just type in At Home with Donetta and it should come up. I haven't actually done any vlogs since I've swapped it over, but I am gonna start doing some daily vlogs and yeah, continue doing that, because I mean that's how this channel started 10 years ago, by just vlogging. So I'm definitely not giving the vlogging up. I'm just gonna move it over to its own dedicated vlogging channel. I just need to work out a schedule, help. So anyway, after me saying this, we're gonna be a very quick, yeah, have I missed anything? We've been rambling for just over 13 minutes. So thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you're not already, it really does mean a lot. And yeah, if you want to see more food stuff, please follow along. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!